I am Zander Weaver. I am the co-writer, director of Cosmos with my brother, Elliot.
I'm Elliot Weaver, co-director of Cosmos.
Okay, here we go. Cosmos came about because we were desperate to make movies, desperate to get going, starting our career as film directors. We left school, we wrote a film called Encounter. We needed a budget for that in the millions. We worked with financial advisors, assembled a team of industry professionals. We were close to raising the money for the film. But on speaking to investors, understandably, they were a bit concerned because we'd never made a feature film before.
We had industry experience. We were documentary directors, we'd made short films, we'd made music videos, but features are a different beast altogether. It was understandable that people were wary of our ability to deliver that film from script to screen.
Their advice to us was, go off and make a movie, which is a bit tricky because when you're trying to make a movie and someone tells you to go make a movie, you think, well, that's what I'm trying to do. How can I make a movie without any money? It's a chicken and an egg scenario, really. But that's what we faced. Cosmos was a seed idea to make a movie with the equipment and the resources that we had available, to not wait any longer, to not have excuses or reasons to put it off, and to just get going and convince people that we were capable of doing this. Action!
Cosmos is the story of 3 amateur astronomers who discover a signal from an alien civilization, a message.
We've seen NASA making that kind of discovery in the movies, big organizations, but we've never seen it being made by just a couple of people, and particularly amateurs, so we thought that would be cool. What would they do? How would they prove that they'd made the discovery? Would anyone believe them? All of these questions were flying around. We thought it would just make a great movie. We believed that we could, with nothing, make a film, feel and make it look like a movie that had more money behind it than it did. I mean, this film had no money behind it. It's a no-budget film.
There's a reason why people don't make films like this, and that's because it's just almost impossible. I mean, literally almost impossible.
We paid for food and we paid for petrol, but there was no budget technically set aside for this film. We had to take on every different discipline involved in making a movie.
The responsibility of everything falls on your shoulders.
We wrote the script, we storyboarded it, we cast it, we found locations, we picked costumes.
You have to get all the gear together, you have to organise everybody logistically, you have to shoot it, light it, record the sound, rehearse it, rig all the gear, de-rig all the gear.
And then in post-production we cut the thing, we did the visual effects, the sound design, the Foley, the lot. Posters, everything associated with Cosmos has gone through us. Slate 5 Alpha, take 1. Marker. Making a movie like this means that you've got to be prepared to do whatever it takes to make it happen.
We knew we could get the most out of the Blackmagic pocket cinema camera and a few LED panel lights and a smoke machine, and we could make something special.
I'd be pushing in on the slider with the camera, pulling focus, Elliot would be recording sound and wafting a smoke machine. Our camera had a cardboard matte box. I made the camera rig out of copper piping and MDF. It was as guerrilla as it gets.
We would light forest night sequences with 3 panel lights because we couldn't get power into the woods. All the interior scenes of the cars were filmed in a large garage. We'd get there at about 7:30 when it was dark. We'd get all the gear out, we'd rig the car, we'd turn all the lights off, we'd spend an entire day in the dark filming as if we were in a field at night. And then we'd open the garage door at about 6:30 and we'd drive out into the night. For a month.
Nothing about it was easy. There are 1,000,001 things going through your head when you're making it. Have we lit this the right way? Is it shot correctly? Is it going to feel cinematic? Are people going to connect with these characters? I mean, everything a director has to keep track of and keep at the forefront of their mind, we had to do, but we also had to do everything else as well. Talk about spinning plates.
Slate. No, I was going to say cocker. Slate 12, Charlie, take one, marker.
Thank you.
Each one of the guys on the film have common personality traits of loyalty and passion and creativity and generosity. And each one of them also brings a unique flavour to the film.
Oh, man. Oh, that's my head got all tight. You sods.
The scale of Cosmos meant that the actors were involved in the crewing of the film, you know. Arjun, who has experience working in television, would help us rig the camera, rig the lights. When we were in the car, he'd help us level the slider. Tom and Josh, they did the clapperboard for us. They'd set up lampstands for us when we got to location and help us de-rig at the end of the day.
Our mom was on location with us and she was there looking after us, making sure Zander and I were drinking and eating, and you know, she was monitoring continuity and makeup and hair, and sometimes she'd do the sound and sometimes she'd use the smoke machine and sometimes she'd do the slating.
The amazing thing about Cosmos that dawned on me when we were making it is that everybody here is here because they love movies and they love stories. People aren't being paid to be there. They're not being paid to do this. When things get hard, they don't think, oh, just think of the money. I'm doing it for the money, it'll be worth it. When things get hard, we were all thinking of the outcome. We were all thinking of the film that we could all be involved in. And I realized that actually we'll probably never work on something like this again. To look to your left and look to your right and see people who are there just purely for the love. There's nothing keeping them there. They're there to make a movie and tell a story. That's an amazing thing to realize.
Friends for life, for sure. We did have a lot of fun. And there was a lot of messing around, and that's filmmaking, isn't it?
A serious amount of laughter. The friends that we've made making this movie, they're going to stay with us for the rest of our lives. One day we'll be old and grey and we'll look back on this, and that will be the movie that we all made together in a garage with a camera and some lights, and we just made it happen.
Cosmos is a bittersweet experience for me and Zander because in the middle of making the film we also lost our dad, who was going to work on the film, and he was a big mentor and inspiration for us. We lost him about a month before we started shooting. What do you do? Do you carry on going or do you delay it? In the end, it gave Zander and I a stubbornness and a bloody mindedness that we were going to make this film no matter what, and we were going to make it for him, and nothing was going to stop us ever.
It became more than just this movie that we needed to make to prove that we could make a movie. It became something of great value and great meaning to us, and it always will. We're immensely proud. I hope that people just enjoy the film. I hope they watch it and it gives them 2 hours of escapism, takes them on a little adventure. I hope they connect with the characters. It's a small movie. It's about people, but it's dealing with a really big subject.
If Zander and I have done our job right, then none of how we made the film will matter. It will all be invisible.
I just hope that people find it wherever they find it and engage with it and just have some fun. That's our end goal. Just enjoy it.
Good evening all. As promised, 10:45 GMT, our live stream. We're here at the start of our last week filming our final scene for Cosmos. I'm going to hand you over to
Adoring fans, all two of you watching.
Hello, I'm Josh. Nice to see you. What we're doing to the viewer who just joined, we're setting up a green screen.
Hannah has not joined. This is Ben, by the way, who you haven't met before in the other live streams. He's new and he's here to stay. Joshua thinks he's head astronaut. He's not head astronaut.
You got the best.
I'm head astronaut.
And action! Run, Mike, run!
We just wrapped on Cosmos. We're all done. We're all very happy. It's been a very successful shoot. Made some amazing friends. Done some amazing things. Seen some amazing things. It's been a bit of an emotional journey. Now it's time to put it all together and make something special. Cosmos on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Tom.
No problem, sir.
Boom. Thank you, Arjun.
Thank you, sir.
Boom. Thank you, Josh.
It's hard work, it takes dedication and passion and persistence. But in the end, it was all worth it. It really was.